Hi, this is Julie from the Scraps of My Life. I'm here to just do a informational quick video, hopefully, to show you how to kind of put together a couple of the pages in the My Tweets mini album that I sold a kit for. I thought that I had a video up on it and I couldn't find it, and then when I looked to see if I had one on my computer, I couldn't find that one either. So I said, seems like I always end up hunting for everything. So I figured I'd just do another video real quickly. This is the album here. And this is the front cover. I'm trying to angle this in a way where, everyone can see. The front cover is actually the cutout shape of the birdhouse for the pattern that's in the kit. So I'm going to show you quickly how to assemble that. This is the base pattern. Okay, this would be the base. You would cut every bit of this out as one piece. And you would cut only one of these out of a lightweight chipboard. It's very hard to cut with scissors through the medium to heavyweight chipboard. So I used the lightweight. I actually, what did I actually use? Actually, you know what I did? I did use the medium weight chipboard. Boy, I bet that was hard. It's been a while since I did this album, but the medium weight, the lightweight will work as well, or you can cut two from the lightweight and glue them together. Be much easier on your hands. But it's up to you. You can use a craft knife and try to cut through the medium weight. It's not impossible, as you can see. I did it. So, anyway, I suggest the lightweight chipboard, and if it doesn't seem heavy enough, because this is heavier cardstock, it's not, it's not that thin, paper wafer stuff. So anyway, that's totally up to you. Then you're going to do, what you're going to do is, there's also in your kit that you purchased, there's a separate piece for this part of the roof, the little decorative piece, which looks like this when it's cut out. And I actually traced this pattern right onto the paper, the leaf paper that's up here on the roof. I actually traced those out, two of them, on your paper for you, so you don't even have to trace it out, you just have to cut it. But then when you get that cut out of the leaf paper, or whichever paper you choose to use, you just simply line it up with your base house that you've already cut out of whatever material you decided to use. So you're just going to, the first thing you're going to do is cover this piece with your base paper as well. So I use the piece here, which you have in your kit. It looks like separate pieces of paper, but it's actually all one piece. And then I just cut that out and put it right on, glued it all down, and then I put my roof piece over top of that one. So there's already a base there, so this just goes right over top of that paper, like so, like it would be right here. And before I did that, I cut out a separate piece. I took my pattern and I scored out, traced out the roof, and I made the roof a little longer. I think that should also be in your patterns. I think I traced that separately for you. But you would trace that out and put that on before you put the roof piece. So that way your chimney is behind the roof. Okay? But if for some reason you failed to do that on the front, you can always stick it in on the back side, because on the back side you're going to do the same thing again. So this covers, it's doubly secure because you have all these layers. So you're going to do the same thing with the roof on the back side. So you're going to need two of those. And remember, you have to cut these flip-sided. So, because they are directional, they're hand-drawn, so they're not isometrical. They're not the same on each side, top and bottom, as on the other. So you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to put your base paper, your roof piece, and then your actual roof. And then you'll be completed with that. And then this is just a die cut here that I stuck in the middle for the bird's hole for the house, okay? And then I decorated it. The next page here in line, I'm going to kind of like go through these page by page very carefully because, like I said, I thought I had a video that I did not. Excuse my reach there. I'm trying to get this out of the way. Maybe I should just move the camera. This also is a chipboard page. This is a medium weight chipboard page, which I enclosed the chipboard pages in the kit in case you wanted to use them. But you know, since I made this album, I've started using a lot of manila folders and envelopes. If you wanted to use a 6x9 envelope right here, I think that's a possibility. Let me let me measure real quick because it's the 6-inch part that I'm concerned about. I believe this is, okay. So it's 6 inches from top to bottom here. So the 6-inch envelope by 9 would work perfect here if you want to use that instead of the chipboard I gave you. And you would just actually cut it to size or fold it over or any kind of thing you want to do, and you would have a pocket on the end, which I do have a pocket on the other side of this chipboard, but I don't have one on this side, you know, on this end. So using an envelope would change your use of this page altogether. And then, excuse me, I'm sorry. This little birdhouse is just cut from the paper. It's actually 3 different pieces of the birdhouse in a borderline. And this piece I just, you know, kind of stuck down in the back with a piece of double-sided tape at the bottom of it because I wanted to use it for a lean-to pocket, see? So that one's in the background, so I put it just with the double-sided tape. And these two I popped up with pop dots. That's all I did, down at the very bottom, so I could slip my little tree pieces behind. And these are cut out. I think these are in your kit. I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've done this. But I think that I pre-cut these for you in your kit. Yours may be shaped a little bit differently because when I made this album, I was at my mom's and she had this die and I do not have this die. So I probably cut yours out of a little bit of a different shape, but you should have 2 of these in a bifold, which means they open up, you know, one on each side. And then they just sit down inside behind this little lean-to pocket. And then this page is just simply covered with the paper, and these little flowers with the letters on them are pop dotted up, and little flowers added here to help hold the stuff in there. So that's all there is on this page. It's not really complicated. This is a rub-on that I did. And like I said, it's chipboard, but if you want to, you can change that to a 6x9 envelope and fix the end of that envelope to your preference. Okay, I just wanted to add that in because, like I said, since I made this album, I have been, you know, I really fell in love with working with envelopes and things, so just thought I'd mention it. Right here, this is chipboard on the other side of it, and I took the paper, what I did here is I took a portion of the paper. It doesn't cover the whole back side. It just probably goes right here is where it goes to. And I glued that down, and then I took my over paper, punched a border on it, you know, cut it to size so that I'd have some of this showing, and I just did my double-sided tape all the way around. That's what I did, and made a pocket. And then this is the tag that I cut for this pocket, and I punched a small hole there for Brad to go through, and I put a flower and butterfly there hanging from a paper clip. Is really all I did, and that just fits perfectly inside of that pocket. So I always size I like my tags to be as large as I can get them, and but I try to remember to size them so they easily slide in and out. And I'm not left-handed, so that was a little difficult. But it slides perfectly in and out there. And these are just buttons and things. A button on top of some ribbon, hot glued on. These are all hot glued on, but you can also use metal glue or whatever glue that you feel holds dimensional things for you the very best. Sometimes hot glue is not the best thing but in this particular instance, it's holding really nicely. You know, it looks like I didn't use hot glue on these actually. And now I'm looking through the buttonholes. It looks like I might have used the, hang on. Well, I guess it is hot glue. I guess that's the neatest job of hot glue I've ever done. Anyway, you can use a metal glue or really, you know, good glue that holds things dimensionally for you. This page over here, I simply just, let me look inside of here. I simply just took the paper that looked like this, and there was a line here, and I just cut that line. Not all the way to the end, so I just cut it like from here to here. And I probably took a very small 1/16 of an inch hole punch, punched a hole on the line, and then cut between the two. That way they don't tear when you put things in and out. And this is, being on this chipboard, this is really tight pocket. So you could also, again, if you want to, use your 6x9 envelope here. And then you would have your opening either at the top or on the side. It's totally up to you. Or no opening at all, and just do what I did like here. So that's up to you. This is just a little tag that I made from the paper, and I just use these two little flowers to put together two pieces of paper shaped the same. I just cut them out, and I trace this one here and just cut it out again for an inside piece, and use the flower to hold them together. That's all I did there. And there's a paper clip here just sticking under there, and I just, you see pretty much what I did. I did a border over here of the paper separately. So pretty self-explanatory, that page, not hard. This page here, I put my paper on, and before I put this on here, I took 3 different colors of the polka dotted ribbon, and I tied them at one end, and I strung them across. I hot glued that end, and I strung these across and pulled them out and hot glued them behind this here. This is a double slider, which, by the way, doesn't work so hot on chipboard because chipboard has a tendency to warp a little bit. So I'm going to use both hands to pull it out, because otherwise it'll be a little hard to do. But it pulls out like so. And I might have messed up by putting this border down here. That might be hindering my, my cards from coming out so simply. But I wanted to be able to stick a photo down in there. And so that's what I did there. And it is glittered, so it makes it a little more difficult to open and close because of that. But two hands, they work better than one, I guess. Like I said, the chipboard, the bow in the chipboard back there really hinders, with or without the glittered border, it hinders this being able to move in and out as well. So you might want to give that some thought. You might want to really do a envelope here rather than chipboard if you're going to use this double slider, because it does make it complicated. And that's just my experience. This isn't the first one I've done that's done that, so it's not particularly the way I made it. It's just that the chipboard is just a little warped there, and it's just causing it. This is a rub-on. I'm pretty sure you got those in the kit. And like I said, there again, I took some of the flower ribbon that I enclosed in the kit, and I just cut them off individually. Actually, I cut these off in sets of 2 and folded them under to the other side as well, and glued them down for the end to be able to pull them. Over here, I did use an envelope. Look at me go. I forgot that I did. This one is the, the orangish yellowish ones. So you can see it through the border here that I punched. And what I did, I took the 6x9. That's the envelope right there. I measured probably 2.5 inches here, or maybe 3, because I did punch the border in later. So yes, it was definitely a 3-inch. It might have been 3¼ inches. Whatever was left on the whatever I have, whatever was I had to have to cover the the envelope there. The envelope itself is not cut with the border punch, so it is 2.5 inches, about so. So about 2.5 inches over on your envelope, which I'm sorry I don't even have one sitting here in front of me. I cleaned up my office and they're not in here with me. But you have your 6x9 envelope. Just measure in on either end you desire. It doesn't matter. You can do it. I think I used the sealed end, and then this end was the end that had the flap. So I just trimmed off the very tip of the sealed end. You can see very, very, a little bit right there. I just trimmed it off, just a slither of it, and made an open pocket here. I thought it'd be really cute to have an elongated tag in there, because these are also in the kit. They're of the paper line, so really cute. And I just put this little metal tab, which you have